And welcome. My name is Sia, and basically in today's Forex trading video, I basically want to showcase to you the struggles that I have been going through from mid of May, as well as just to give you a brief outlook in terms of the day-to-day runnings or how to actually trade as a professional trader. In the previous video that I've done, I actually talked about how I lost 80% of my total amount of trades that I took. So in essence, looking at May, I took a total amount of trades of 14 trades. Out of that 14, I only won 4 trades in total out of that bunch. But based on how I set up my money management strategy, it actually allowed me to actually come out of my drawdown. So basically, if I were to show you in terms of an equity curve, you're looking at this point right here. So if I were to just disregard this, so basically from even from last week, I was sitting at a very nasty drawdown in my account, and this one trade of 254 pips, I think it's 245. Let me just double check in terms of where that trade actually came from. 245. So you're looking at 26 at an Aussie New Zealand trade I took. So it was a bullish bat pattern that I took. Now, paying attention to a risk to reward, because now the important thing, or the important lesson I want to showcase to you today, is the importance of risk to reward. Now, typically a bad pattern, let's see if I can bring up something here. So a bad pattern, generally, if I were to take just standard fibs, so okay, doesn't matter. Now basically how a bad pattern is, when looking at a bad pattern and any versus any other harmonic pattern, the bad pattern has the least amount of risk when it comes to actually a trade, when actually looking at a setup and actually executing on a trade. However, the downside is the losing ratio on it is pretty high. Consider this: you are risking less, but when you win higher than any other pattern, if I were to put it that way. So basically, looking at a bad pattern's profitability or expectancy, you're looking at about 65 to 70% completion of a bad pattern, and also the win ratio of it is pretty high, irrespective of the risk which comes with it, because the risk is limited. And when you win, when it comes to actually taking a bad pattern, you don't win that much, but when you do, it does overlap or eliminate much of, or it covers up the bunch of your prior trades that you have actually took. Now basically, I just want to talk about the trades that I got involved in today. 2 trades initially. It was 2 Cyphers, one on the euro dollar on the early chart, and one on the euro Aussie, which is on the prior chart that I was on. Now basically, the lesson on this as well is that as a trader, you need to be really careful in terms of your trading portfolio, because one of the things that some traders or rookie traders don't pay attention to is the the amount of weight in terms of currency that you are trading. So for example, in my portfolio I have the euro dollar, I have the euro Aussie, as well as other euro pairs, euro New Zealand. So basically how I trade, it's in essence that if a particular setup comes up, for example a bad pattern, a structured trade, a cipher, a godly, if any of those patterns, for example if a bad pattern appears in all of my euro trades, I'll have to actually take that. So in my backtesting phase, it's important to remember that if something happens, or something happens to the euro, or it's affected by a news report, it does have an impact in terms of the euro. So, but I don't want to also talk about in this video about hedging and how that actually works. But if you are taking a trade and you are heavy, it could be heavy on the dollar, it could be heavy on the euro, or any other currency, it's important to do your back testing, see your numbers, and see how much correlation per se is there. But truth of the matter is, when you actually trade, or when I actually trade, I look at the chart that is in front of me and I trade in accordance to that. But basically I wanted just to showcase to you that okay, this euro trade, simple cipher pattern, got filled here at 0.0892s, and in total those two ciphers, they brought in a handsome amount of pips in total. So let me just check. So in accordance of about 150 pips. So the first cipher pattern I got 108, the second was 115. So you're looking at about 220 pips of profits just on those two ciphers alone. If you take a look as well as at my equity curve, you can see that I am in profit. I have come out of the drawdown, okay, from last week, considering Friday's trades, which took me out of that nasty drawdown. Now I am currently in profit. Now, truth of the matter is, when you are in a drawdown, many traders hide the fact that drawdowns do happen. But if you are a professional trader, you do hit those losing streaks. And the one rule or the one advice that I would give is, there's two options. You could either quit trading or quit your strategy, find another one, or two, you can trade yourself out of the drawdown. So considering that I've been trading for quite some time now, the advice that I will give to you is to actually just trade yourself out of your drawdown, because I'm sure if you are trading, you have done a back test, you have back tested your strategy, you have found that your strategy has a positive expectancy over time. So as a trader, it's your responsibility to do that and to actually stick with your plan, because the ultimate key is to actually just have a solid plan, trade it day in day out, and survive those drawdowns or those losses, because 90% of trading is actually psychology, and the other 10 is systems and actual trading. So being able to stick through your drawdown is the winning formula. Other than that, I plan to make more of these videos as the weeks progress, as we are in June, first day of the month. And yeah, just the whole idea of these videos is just to showcase you what a professional trader does day to day, how a professional trader handles himself in the market. So I might also do morning videos where I will showcase you what I'm looking at, where my ideas are in terms of exactly which trades I will be taking, and just showcasing you the results afterwards in terms of how to actually handle yourself and how to handle losses, because losses do come and they are a regular thing if you are a professional trader. Unless you're a rookie trader where you see a loss and you run away, you find some other million strategy. But as a professional trader, you got to stick with your plan and trade it to its fullest potential or expectancy that you have tested. So yeah, with that, trade your plan your trade. See you on the next video session.